Welcome back, guys. Let's talk about Variantgate.
Okay, people, let's do this one more time. My name is Ramsey. I'm a comic store owner. I organize conventions. I'm in a band, and I'm a lifelong pop culture fan. And I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by it every day of my life. Welcome to Ramsey vs. Comics.
So you may have heard about the Walmart variant scandal. Yes, it's a scandal. Maybe not to you, but to a lot of other people. But why? Well, let me tell you. So the latest wave of Walmart 3-packs has had a high percentage of ratio variants and exclusive covers. So why is that a bad thing? Well, for those new to the hobby, let me explain what they are first.
What are exclusive and ratio variants?
An exclusive comic is a comic that is commissioned by a store with the agreement that only they can sell that particular cover of that comic book. They have to order a certain amount, they pay a really high price, so Diamond handles the shipping and they facilitate the replacement of damages. A ratio, also known as an incentive variant, is just that. It's an incentive for comic stores to order more comics. That one comic we should be able to sell for more money to kind of offset the cost of all those comics, and that helps us by lessening the risks.
What is Variantgate?
Well, there's two parts to this. Walmart has a distributor that fills their collectibles section. This company purchases exclusive variants from Marvel and Diamond to sell at Walmart, but they also purchase Diamond Comics overstock. Basically a bunch of clearance comics that they then pack into those 3-packs. The back 2 comics are usually overstock. That front comic is usually a Walmart exclusive. Well, this time they included other stores' exclusives inside those Walmart packs. Now let's talk about ratios. This Walmart wave also included an abundant amount of ratio variants, from 1 in 10s all the way up to 1 in 1000s. Now those are supposed to be rare and are only supposed to be available in comic shops that ordered, for example, 1,000 Thor #1s.
Pros and cons.
So first, the pros. It's that all you guys out there have a chance to get some of these rare ratio variants. That is fun, you gotta admit. You go to Walmart, pick up one of these packs, and you get a rare 1 in 1000 comic. That's really cool. It's created more excitement in this hobby. It's like if you play Magic and you're opening that pack and all of a sudden you pull that rare Planeswalker and you're just like, yes! It's that feeling that you usually don't get in comics. The excitement of packing something rare. But there's cons as well. So the problem with exclusives is obvious. Would Walmart like their exclusives being sold somewhere else, like say at Kmart? Probably not. So that's exactly what happened to these stores. For example, Patrick Gleason, the artist that created that popular Webhead cover, was selling exclusive Virgin variants on his website. A Virgin variant means that it doesn't have a logo on the front and the art is front and center and it looks beautiful. His exclusives were coming out in these Walmart packs. Things that before could only be found on his website all of a sudden are showing up at Walmart's. What's going on? He paid for exclusivity. He paid to be the only one carrying these. Why are they in a big box store? So those should have never made it into those packs. Diamond has said that they only sell and ship what Marvel tells them to. So they're dodging any blame. And Marvel hasn't made any public statements. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Perhaps they've reached out to some of these exclusive stores, but I did talk to Shattered Comics, and they're the ones that have the rights to the Shattered variant that I unpacked in this video right here. He also showed me the original art, which is this huge mosaic, an actual mosaic made of ceramic tile that's an homage to Al Milgram's cover of the first appearance of Rocket Raccoon in The Incredible Hulk. So his comic was inside those packs, and he says he doesn't know how they got there and that Marvel has not reached out to him to explain why. So why is it bad to have ratios in these packs? Well, there's good and bad. We've discussed the good. Hey, you get to pack something rare. So Bry from Bry's Comics, and if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, I'll link it down below, brought up a point in the comments of one of my videos and asked, as a retailer, if I was okay with the ratios being in there, since I seem pretty happy in the video to be unpacking them. You know, and I'm kind of torn. As a retailer, it is unfair to make us order 1,000 copies to be able to get one of those comics when it's gonna be in one of these packs and anybody can get them there? And then what happens to all that money we wasted just to be able to get it? But as a collector, it made me really happy to be able to pack these things, you know, that I paid $8 and I'm potentially getting, you know, $100, $200 comics in. But I am still sitting on a buttload of those amazing Spider-Man 55 Webhead covers, the red second printings, of which we had to order 50 just to get one of those white covers. Well, that sucks for me, since as a store I had to take a big risk and order a bunch of them, hoping they would sell, to try to acquire some of those variants for my customers. And it also sucks for the people that paid a lot of money for those variants before they started coming out in these packs. Here's the other downside: it has tanked the value on that comic book. It used to sell for $100 and now it's selling between $30 and $40 online. And this is another problem. This brings into question the rarity of variants. So these are the kinds of things that could set off a chain reaction that could be detrimental. Optics matter in this hobby, and this looks really bad for the perceived rarity of these comics. And it makes collectors wonder, well, how many were really printed? Now, Marvel has helped crash this hobby before in the 90s with all their gimmick covers and slapping collector's item issue on copies that they knew they were selling millions of. And it seems like they're totally willing to do it again, as is evident with these endless crossovers and 36 variants for every new #1 comic, even the titles that haven't earned it, in the hopes to sell you multiple copies of the same comic. And it's working.
The bottom line.
Somebody up. Diamond hasn't admitted to it. Marvel hasn't admitted to it. Exclusive covers should have never been clearanced out to this company and should have never made their way into those packs. If you say something's exclusive, you need to keep your word and probably contractual agreement that it is exclusive. But don't worry too much, the hobby is not crashing, despite some of these publishers trying their hardest with these cash grabs. And as a business owner, I get it. I get it, Marvel. I get it, DC. There's not as many comic readers as there used to be, and you have to try to sell the current ones more comics. But sometimes you do take it too far. 36 variants of Eternals #1. Come on.
The conclusion.
Don't worry. These ratios are not flooding the market. They're probably just the overprint meant for damage replacements, which happens a lot. 10% of our comics are damaged, sometimes more. And we contact Diamond, they give us credit and ship us some more. And so that's probably all this is. Just the overprint that was left over that nobody claimed damages on. And somewhere along the way, there was some confusion and they clearanced out exclusive variants as well, which they weren't supposed to do. As far as the Webhead cover goes, even with it coming out more often in these packs, this comic is still sought after. It's still really cool and should go back up in value. So grab yours while you can, while they're cheap. All right, guys, so we hit 1,000 subscribers, and you know what that means? Prizes for you. How do you win? All you got to do is comment down below and make sure you're subscribed. The more of my videos that you participate in and comment on, the more chances you have to win. Thank you so much for even checking out my silly, geeky videos. I appreciate it. Later, guys.